Hey everyone, Michael here from Corsi's Travel, and if you're new around here, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, this is our November update from our 1,000 hours outside. That's right, this year we challenged ourselves, mostly our son, to spend 1,000 hours outside. I'll link the first video below that explains kind of why we're doing this and the kind of the theory and the thought behind it. But this is our November update. We've been through 11 months of this. This has been one of the biggest challenges outside of obviously like first having our son. That's always a new challenge, but just a new lifestyle change that we decided to bring to our family. Let's go through a few of the highlights. Let's go through the nerdy numbers, and then let's get you out of here because we only got 1 month left and it's gonna be close. Only a couple highlights this month. The first one was we did take a couple trips to the zoo. Can't go wrong with the trip to the zoo, especially when it's crunch time. You're trying to get hours. Our zoo opens, I think, around 9:30, and even in November, I think that was a good time to. It's usually warm enough, so we went usually just for the morning. Once or twice, we would take actually our own picnic lunch, and we would have lunch there. So that's another good 30 minutes just eating lunch, especially our son, who eats a little bit slowly sometimes. The second highlight, which I didn't realize would be as much of a highlight as it was raking leaves. Like most people, leaves don't fall in October, like I think I thought they did growing up. It seems like more of them fall in November. And we had this big, giant leaf pile that we kept in our backyard for probably a lot longer than we should have, and it didn't actually harm any of the grass. I was a little bit worried, but that made for countless evenings outside after we would get done with work or whatever we were doing. We'd grab a rake, we'd go outside, we'd rake a few leaves, he would jump in them, we would jump in them, we'd get some trucks out, and who would have thought a simple thing like a leaf pile. Granted, I raked the leaves more than I've ever raked in my life. Normally, I'm one and done. I don't care how many leaves it is. Similar to shoveling, I rake and shovel once. This time, I think I raked, it had to at least been 7 to 10 days in a row, just because it was an activity to do outside, and we were kind of looking for things, especially at nighttime. When it's a little bit chillier out, it's hard to find activities to do around here, or at least we struggle to find activities. So just run around the backyard, playing in the leaves was an activity, and it worked out just fine for us. Only those two kind of highlights. Not many dinners outside. It's hard when it gets a little chilly at night and it gets so dark at night. It just feels like it's like 9 o'clock at night when it's only like 5:30. It's the weirdest feeling in the world. That whole daylight savings time just gets me every year, and it's just hard to explain. So with that, let's get into the actual numbers. The total hours we got for November, which is a little bit down, was only 42 hours. And that equated out to only 1.4 hours per day. If you are new, you might be wondering, what do these 1.4, what does that actually mean in the grand scheme of things? Well, if you've been following along, and if you're trying to, balance out your 1,000 hours over the whole 365 days, or if you're looking at the 52 weeks, or all that, it averages out to 2.7 hours per day, 19.2 hours per week, and 83.3 hours per month. So as you can see, we're down on all those factors in the month of November. And I got the friendly chart here with all the numbers and how obviously those summer months were our biggest numbers. And at the end of all this experience, I'll kind of do a recap and kind of give some tips and tricks and kind of maybe where we had some downfalls as well. And you can also see the graph that I've been using and how that those summer months we really spiked out. But we are on pace. So with that being said, we have 79 hours and 45 minutes left. And that equates out to 2.58 hours per day. So we're very close. But like I said, we're moving into December. And there are a lot of Christmas things you can do outside, which is super nice. And that'll be nice out here in Wisconsin. Hopefully the weather doesn't get too cold. Through the month of December, there will be weekly updates on YouTube Shorts and on TikTok. And then I'll see you here probably on January 1st or shortly after to kind of recap the month of December and to recap the 1,000 hours as a whole. So I want to say thanks to everyone for watching. We've been through 11 months. We got 1 month left, so hang in with us. This has been kind of a fun little project for everyone to follow along with. And I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate all the people that have reached out to either say, oh, how's it going? Or the people that are just kind of seeing how we're doing. So I would challenge anyone to take a look at maybe seeing if this would work into your family's lifestyle. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, enjoy your adventure.